Alright, and here we are, the first episode with the capture card. As you see, we are on Act 2. We just defeated the Butcher in combat, so now
Here we are.
we're starting with the second act, and thank God we have a capture card now.
Uncle Deckard loved this place.
He wouldn't now that it is under the spell of Belial, Lord of Lies. I can smell his stench on the air.
We'll have to separate. You two search for Belial, while I track down Maghda and make her pay for Kane's death.
Alright, now we will move on down to Caldium.
Tell me, God, why are all these refugees...
I am not a god. I am a Shira, commander of the Iron Wolves. We saved these refugees from Maghda's coven.
I've been hunting Maghda all the way from New Tristram. Where can I
She's heading toward Alcarnus, but has blocked the road behind her. However...
This is kind of a pointless little exclamation here, but oh well, it all helps with the story.
To bar all from the inner city.
I suspect that the Iron Wolves were sent out.
As a child, I explored Chaldean while Uncle Deckard's...
Good.
Be careful.
Leads to Alcarnus. You will need to follow the long road.
And here you will meet the third of the followers that you can have following you, and that is the Enchantress.
Take heed, traveler. Cultists guard these desert roads, and they will slay any who pass.
I've heard. I traveled here to kill
Then you
them.
must not go alone.
The Enchantress, she
There are illusions
pretty much
out
just attacks with the magic. She has a few
there, but I
abilities
see
that
them
can
where
help
they are.
stun it, or control and parrying
Foul magic.
effects that can stop enemies from hitting it for a little bit.
Thanks for the warning, but I know a trap when I see one.
And these enemies, while they may seem really insignificant, the sand wasps, they shoot poison, I don't know, they're bugs or what, but they shoot and they do a lot of poison damage and can really take you down quickly if you aren't being careful, and in groups they really hurt, so you have to be really careful when facing them.
Lead.
Hopefully my Templar just take up a lot of the hits, because
Careful.
he can handle them a lot
To us.
better than the average character can, especially ranged characters. The melee characters can handle them a little bit better.
How did you know about the ambush?
I am an enchantress. The ways of magic in
My thanks, Irena. It seems you're doing a lot more
Well, I am also looking for someone. But here, let me clear the way for you.
Captain, from behind.
These Lacuna warriors, they for the most part aren't a huge problem, but the ones that throw bombs can be
The Lacuni would have eaten.
really annoying, because they can hit you up close and from range.
More Lacuni on my way to Alcarnus?
Ha! Those beasts are nothing compared to the cultists. They're casting spells.
Let us head north to the Howling Plateau. The cultist magic seems to be emanating from there.
One thing about Act 2, it definitely is the act that drags out the longest. There's a lot of fetch this and fetch that missions in it, and you have two of probably the worst places to explore later. We probably won't get there this episode, but the next episode or two we'll get there. And be a lot of, there'll probably be some very long episodes.
If we follow these prints, we can find their lairs and halt the rituals. I will seek out any other traces of their magic. More hidden footprints.
Fallen, they are so useless.
This is one of the cultist lairs. They are casting part of the illusion inside.
The ritual is disrupted.
Pretty stumbling. Got a couple more in there, I think. Usually aren't that many.
It is with some reluctance that I write on the 7 lords of hell, for they are the greatest of the demons, and even whispering their names seems to poison the air around me. They are divided into the lesser evils.
Look, more hidden footprints.
This is one of the random spawn spots that sometimes spawn, sometimes don't. It's actually been spawning a lot more for me lately. Yeah, this guy's pretty easy. Vampiric, I don't remember him doing that before.
Before,
My pack is full.
crazed with starvation from 3 days with no food. But that is no excuse for what we have done.
Now I have to go sell one of the many,
Cannot face
I don't know if you want to call it
what I have
annoyances
become.
of Diablo. Or not, because you do get money, but
My hunger,
it's just kills time.
If you try to steal from
someone
me.
will come for me. And then, I will feed again.
Thorns don't help you very much. That ring had thorns on it, and they really don't devote much of any help at all, unless you're a really high level character playing on really low levels. Yeah, first elite pack. Oh, another one.
What a monstrous creature!
Oh, treasure goblin. Oh no. Oh lord.
Not enough hatred.
More hidden footprints.
I'm not too worried about hidden footprints right now. Ah, they got me. Yeah, freaking spawned a lot of treasure goblins. Or spawned a lot of enemies around that treasure goblin.
Heal me.
Oh. This will help a little bit.
Cultists have come.
Help with the damage.
Bodies of innocents are strewn across the sands. We must
Look,
make...
more hidden footprints. This is one of the cultist lairs. They're casting part of the illusion inside.
Oh crap. Didn't even see that guy.
The ritual is disrupted!
There. That ought to dispel the Coven's magic. Let us go to the bridge. Tell me, what shall you do when Maghda is dead?
I will kill her master Belial and his brother Asmodan. The long shadows of the Lords of Hell will be lifted from this world.
How curious. You must be the one who is meant to find here.
We were ambushed in the cave.
Oh, sorry, dude. I don't really care about your problems right now. Trying to get across this bridge.
I think it is time for you to know my true tale. I am not from Chaldeum. I learned these spells 1500 years ago. My sisters and I pledged our service to a man of great power. He trained us and placed us in a magical slumber to awaken in this era. I am to prevent...
I would scarcely believe it if I hadn't seen your spells with my own eyes. You must have waited for this even longer than I have. My training is paid
I
off.
welcome the chance
Yay.
to travel with you.
Yay, useless armor.
The Qasim outpost can't be far.
You will find it to the north, though it is still some distance away.
Ooh. Love empowered shrines with range characters. There are no enemies within 10 yards. All damage is increased by 20%. That's very helpful when you can get some caltrops down and slow enemies down and get away.
The hounds are distracted. They will take no notice of me.
Oh dang, I didn't want the Enchantress to follow me.
From the gods, the cultists came down here as a plaything for their vicious beasts. I was forced to hide myself in the rotting corpses to save my life. Please, take this safe.
No. No thank you, man, that was useless. I gotta go back to town and get the Templar following me again. Oh, there he is.
Let us seek honor together, my friend.
He is a lot more useful when you are a ranged character than the Enchantress is.
I'm wounded.
I swear they changed this area. And it used to spawn in the PC version. It would always be a resplendent chest spawning, not normal. Oh, I don't know if I should be complaining when that drops a legendary amulet. Wow. Wow, that's solid right there. Squirt's necklace. If you didn't see, Squirt was the little girl that I sold my items to a little bit earlier. Wow, that helped a ton. It boosted my damage by a lot. Oh, this is gonna speed up this video a lot. This unique is a pain. He teleports all over the place. He is the elusive one. Fallen prophets, and also raise fallen back from the dead. It's not a huge problem, it's just really annoying. When they group up, they can do a little bit of damage. Oh, and he just dropped the legendary ring, wow. Getting the legendaries to drop right now.
Sweet revenge!
I don't want to be too lucky for it to be another Leoric Signet. Well, actually, that'd be unlucky because you can't equip two of the same legendary. Wow. That helps with the damage. Unfortunately, it doesn't add any dexterity. But I'll take it. That gave me another good bit of damage. Now we're doing some damage right now. Wow. One thing you can count on when you get to the Sting Winds Chasm Outpost will always be
Belial,
in the north.
Lord of Lies.
Yeah,
Is the most
how about the
elusive of
north?
seven evils, and is
Northwest a little
master
bit.
of deceit. It is said that he manipulated Asmodan into revolt against the prime evils. This began the Burning Hells Civil War, which ended with the dark exile of the prime evils to our more.
I need to reach Alcarnus. Please open the gate.
You must be mad. But if you're intent on rushing headlong to your death, talk to Captain David down there.
Here you are, delivered unto me as a sack.
Really, Maghda? Or did Belial send you here as bait to lure me away?
No, he would never betray me.
Yes, you would.
Strike him down.
Belial is the Lord of Lies, Maghda. The truth is, you were dead the minute you killed Cain.
Not a moment too soon. They plan to sacrifice us to Belial. Iron Wolves, take back the town!
We've been discovered.
Oh, there he is. I'm wondering he's gonna pop back up.
Has Maghda reached Alcarnus?
Yes, we've heard rumors of a horrible slaughter.
Then I cannot delay any longer. Open the gate.
No, that didn't help any. Typically, the loot you get from quests doesn't help much.
Avenged.
Oh, dang. Don't pick up those whites. It's always helpful when you can one-shot fallen.
Vengeance! You're a necromancer, aren't you? What brings you here?
Powerful spirits haunt.
Now, those of you who played Diablo 2, this guy was the necromancer that you could play in Diablo 2.
I fear the Covenant invades the region, but if you dare, you can try to put them to rest.
This is another randomly spawning event. Doesn't always spawn, but
Voices.
when it does, it is one of the easier events. Especially this part, just kill a couple spirits.
The voices fade.
And also, I don't know why it does this in the PC version too. Ignore the orange arrow pointing up left. It points back to Chasm Outpost for some reason, and just ignore that.
The howling of the spirits lessen. Wait. Listen. They're coming!
Wow. That's a decent hand crossbow. Increases hatred regeneration, which I always love.
We have denied the Coven, but I fear they will find other... Thank you. And go with the blessings of Rathma. 2 decades ago, my mentor faced the forces of evil and emerged victorious. I cannot hope to surpass his achievements, but I will
this
try
is
to bring balance to the raging
time
forces
dungeon.
threaten to tear the world asunder in these days. The spirits
I
are
guess I'll give it a
restless
shot.
near Caldeum.
Once in 1,000 years, when there is treasure room at Polite.
This is one of the more nerve-wracking things you might ever do in this game. If you get to the end, there's a resplendent and several white chests that open, but you have a very little time to try and get there. Last time I did this, it spawned right up there, so I was hoping I could get lucky. Fortunately, I didn't notice until the end, and oh wow. I'm not sure what happened there. Apparently it killed me. Oh, I guess after not dying at all last episode, the game has some catching up to do, and I have to go repair my stuff. I can't risk repairing it. I'll just kill any time I have left.
By all that is holy, you see that enemy over there?
I feel more powerful.
I'm not liking my chances right now. I fell behind thinking I could repair, and forgetting I was doing a time dungeon.
That was just a taste.
Ah. I don't think I'm gonna make it unless I get lucky and find it here soon.
To do that.
Oh, maybe. Oh, yes, I did find it. Last time I did this, I found the ending, but then time ran out when I was about 5 feet away from it. See what we got. Not much of anything from the Resplendent. A fleeting shrine. Wow, that didn't help very much. But the crumbling wall is one of the random dungeons that only spawns every once in a while. It's one of the things that only spawns every once in a while as well. So it won't be there every time. But if it is, might as well try your hand.
Not enough hatred.
Usually doesn't take all that long and you might get some good loot. I have to get repair. And repairing is something you will have to do it sooner or later. You gotta eventually your stuff will break just from fighting enemies. That's happened to me a few times. And it's really cheap in this version. The PC version, it costs for repairing is absolutely insane. Like, right there, if I was playing the PC version, I would have been several thousand repair. And that was only 404.
The Valrus manuscript lists Asmodan as the best battlefield commander of all.
And also, where I am now, the road to Alcarius is one of those areas that spawns in pretty much the same spot every time. It might move left or right a little bit, but it'll always be southeast. And this guy, he's pretty easy. And if you're, well, I should say if you're a ranged character, he's pretty easy for the most part. If you're a melee character and he hits you with that wind-up shot he just used, he can really do some damage. And if you're a ranged character and he hits you with that, it's almost a guaranteed one-shot most of the time. Now we're in Alcarius, which, as you see, road to Alcarius is it's really short. It's always in the same spot. We'll always battle that big guy. One of those areas that nothing changes much. And when you're in Alcarius, there is a challenge for freeing every prisoner.
I'm here to free you.
I'll show you all the locations of them now. You don't got the two at the beginning. You come down to the cellar, and there's those three. And once I finish killing these guys, I'll show you some more.
I need more hatred to do that.
Here's one. Here's a couple.
Oh, thank you.
I have to remember where they are now, because once you get 8, the little dots disappear.
I owe you everything. What purpose are these people in prison?
Got that guy before you can even change. And there's a couple down here.
Run. Do not look back.
I think there are a few down here. If not, there's just a bunch of cultists you can kill.
My hatred is too low.
Nope, that's all of them. If you can get those cultists before they change, it really helps, because the thralls can be kind of annoying. They shoot in from, they can shoot in from off screen and hit you when you're least expecting it. That guy was about to change. You can tell they're about to change because you start like hunkering over. And that's when you really want to start hitting them. Because no matter how low their health is, they can, once they change, they get all their health back and can hurt you. And here is Maghda, the witch that killed Cain earlier in the game.
Your fate is sealed, Maghda. The chase ends here.
It matters not. While you hunted me, Belial's Imperial Guard captured your little witch Leah. Soon, her power shall be his.
Maghda boss battle. She, for the most part, is pretty easy, despite being one of the, pretty much the main villain outside the skeleton game for the first part of the game. Her being the main villain, she is pretty much definitely one of the easiest bosses. Definitely easier than the skeleton king. If you summon those little ads that the thralls of Maghda, they're pretty easy to kill. The butterflies or flies or whatever the heck you want to call them don't really do much damage at all. I just ran through them and they didn't even hurt me. Oh, that actually did a little bit there. But yeah, she's one of the easiest bosses in the game.
Another triumph for righteousness. Let the wicked tremble. As her life was slipping away, Maghda claimed that the demon lord Belial would reign over our world. I will die before I let such a dark fate come to pass. Before I killed her, Maghda told me that the Imperial Guard had captured I saw these guards at the Kasim outpost. They are the serpent demons of Belial.
Then they must be holding the Emperor against his will. I tremble to think what Belial might do with Leah. The only chance we have to rescue Leah is to wrest the Emperor from the grasp of the Imperial Guard.
Ashira, the Iron Wolf's captain, may be willing to help us. I will speak.
Alright, and with killing Maghda, I think I will call that the first episode of the capture card era, if you would, of the Diablo 3 Let's Play, and hopefully the next episode will be up soon and go as well as this one outside, dying twice. But